The joys of starting a brand new Minecraft world. And we started in a dark oak forest with some beautiful birch over there. Normally, before I play, I like to pick out a seed. That way, I can imagine what I'm going to build and where I'm going to build it. But this time, I just picked a random seed. I didn't look at it beforehand. And we have a jungle right here. I can gather so many resources without having to leave spawn. But I'm not sure if this is where I want to build. I do like the colors of a jungle, but it's so much work to clear it out for building. I think I'm going to try to grab some dark oak saplings while I'm up here, and then maybe head down towards the flatter area of the birch forest. There are 3 main objectives whenever you first start a new Minecraft survival world, and that's getting tools and armor. I'm going to lump that together as one. Food, and a bed. And I'm also a little bit interested in getting some resources to build with, which is why we're going to chop down this whole dark oak tree. Then we can have a lot of wood to start with and hopefully some saplings. I'm someone who really likes to build medieval towns, cute cottagecore style buildings. And my buildings never really have a purpose. They're mostly just good to look at. And I typically build my farms out in the open. With this world, I think I want to change that. I want to give my buildings purpose, and I want to make sure whatever farms I build look as pretty as they function. And for this, I'd like to go with a post-apocalyptic, cyber, steampunky, abandoned city, but with a fantasy twist. Maybe some floating islands that you have to use like a wind charge cannon to get up into, with some like abandoned factories, overgrown crashed airplanes, things like that. I think it's gonna look pretty cool as long as I can pull off the pictures that I see in my head and make them come to life in Minecraft. Okay, well, we have 1 sapling, and I was kind of hoping for more than that from this tree. Oh, I guess there's some down there, so maybe we don't have to focus on getting them all from up here. Let's just focus on a safe way down there. Because this is really pretty. I kind of like it. And there's some lava right there. That's amazing. But how do I get down? Definitely, I really like these islands surrounded by water. And we could definitely start some like abandoned cities on the ground. And then as we progress, kind of start building some in the air above this. But for now, before we can get too ahead of ourselves, we need some tools. That is not how you make a crafting table. But we do need to make a bed before night comes. I just hope I can find enough white wool. 2. 1 more sheep. There we go. Now we can make a bed when it gets night. Also some bees. This will be super useful for later on, but we can't mine it yet. We're gonna have to let them be free-range bees for a little bit. Here is also my main issue that I'm facing in my mind. I want to build a base that I can be happy with from the beginning. I don't want to have like a temporary starter base. I kind of want something that I can continue to live in as we progress. So I may leave a lot of my stuff out in the open until I can decide what I'd like to build for a starter house. And I'm thinking I'm probably going to start with a factory build. We just have to get geared up first. But for now, probably just going to set up along the riverbed, lay a couple of chests down, maybe a bed, get a furnace going, and hopefully we can get a full set of iron armor by the end of this episode. And our first issue. We don't have a lot of food. And I don't have anything to make a furnace. So we're definitely going to have to get some stone pretty soon. As soon as we sleep. Because we do not want to deal with mobs our first night. Sweet dreams. After taking a look around the area, I think a nice place to set up a starter factory is probably going to be down in here. Which means we're going to have to clear out those trees. But I'd like to have something better than a wooden axe before I do it. A wooden hoe will do for now to just get a couple of basic crops started. Once I actually get some seeds. Well, 8 will at least get us started. And we have made the seedy place advancement. I also have some pumpkin seeds. Just gonna place them sporadically around. I don't have much use for pumpkins yet, but if we ever end up getting any villagers or any farmer villagers, it'll be nice to have some around. Well, I'm hoping that if we head back over here, maybe into that little cave that we saw, we can get a little bit of coal and maybe a couple pieces of iron and get ourselves a better pickaxe. Okay, no coal right off the bat, which means it's gonna be kind of dark. And well, I can't see where I've come from. And I can't see any ores in the wall. And you guys probably can't see anything either. And I hear a zombie. And you know what? This is it's a little bit scary. I should have looked for some surface coal first. Don't know where we fell down at. My only hope is that maybe... Nope, I think we're just walking in circles now. Cool. Guess we're gonna have to dig our way out, and I'm gonna start... I can't see. I'll let you know when I get myself out. Hello everyone. This is VoiceOver Crochet Frog. Now, for some reason, I didn't record myself talking during half of the stuff that I recorded. So you're gonna get a lot of editing voiceover me. I got myself out of the cave and decided that it wasn't very deep and I wasn't gonna get a lot of resources from it. So I was gonna have to go off out into the world and go on an adventure. And let me tell you something, we got into some crazy adventures, and you'll see those really soon. But There are a lot of clips that I thought I recorded that when I went back to edit, turned out not to be there. So it's gonna be a little choppy. After this clip, it's gonna cut to me in a boat. Why? I don't know, because I thought I recorded myself going on the adventure. I only recorded after we arrived. So, buckle up and enjoy what we found on our adventure. These horses are taunting me. I really, really, really wish I had a saddle. Yes! Woo! Look at that. A village. Right on the edge of a savanna, too. We're not too far from home, I don't think. We haven't gone too far. We're gonna have to trap these guys in their houses, though. For some, safekeeping reasons, of course. Ooh, a bundle. I forgot about these, honestly. These will easily clean up our inventory. Please have carrots. Yes! Nice. Perfect. And another ruined portal? What the heck? That's so crazy.
That's so crazy.
Ooh, we got some beetroot seeds too. Nice. Everything fits in there. Perfect. Too bad there wasn't a blacksmith, but that's okay. We're just gonna take a nap right now. Oh, I lied. Should not have taken a nap. We need to trap the villagers in their houses. That's our main goal. We want to keep cute little guys like that safe by trapping them forever. You're trapped. Woo! Go to your houses, everybody. You're trapped. You're trapped. Whoa, panic! Run away! Haha. We have enough now. I feel pretty comfortable with this. It's pretty good. Look at that. An abandoned mine shaft. We could probably go down there, right? Oh. Okay. Now how do I safely get there? Are there chickens? Why are there so many chickens? That's odd. Creeper. Ah! Why are there so many chickens? Well, at least we can get some iron. Ah. Sounded so close. I am terrified. So I went around and I collected as many resources as I could, and there were a lot. I got so much copper, which I knew I was going to need for what I was planning on building, and there was so much iron. And then I got a little confident and turned off my recording so I could mine all of these beautiful resources in peace. And this is what happened next. Yep, I died. And this clip that you're seeing now was not my first attempt to get back to my stuff. It was actually probably my third attempt. And there are about 2 or 3 more tries before I decided to give up. And I'm gonna let you watch what happens because it's pretty embarrassing. And I decided not to record myself talking while I was trying to get my stuff back because I was super frustrated. And a couple of times I died, I just sat there on the respawn screen for a good minute, rethinking my life choices about going into the cave. Because, of course, why would I go into a cave with armor? So enjoy this death compilation. And this is where I decided to give up, collect what iron was really close by, and try to go back with whatever dignity I had left. At least, that's what my plan was. So I made myself a little bit of armor back at the village, and I ended up getting myself a horse. And my plan was to just ride this horse home. I was gonna go back, regroup, get myself geared up, and ready to take on a big cave. Until I saw what you're about to see. A big hole in the ground. So, of course, I went in it. I was just gonna collect some surface iron, maybe some of the copper that I lost, and then I saw this big cave. And you'd think, she's not gonna go down it, right? Not after what just happened last time. Oh no, she's going in it. And I thought maybe I was just gonna stay real close to the surface. And then I looked down over the edge, and I went down, and there was a mine shaft, and a lot of iron, and a baby zombie. Luckily, I set my respawn point down in the cave, but I was very worried that all my stuff was gonna fall into that lava. Luckily, I got that guy killed. And then another one showed up. It was just a very rough span of time. There were about like 10 deaths in the span of an hour. And you'd think, maybe I'd give up here. Maybe this is a sign that I should not go into the mineshaft. Nope, I went into the mineshaft. But it turned out to be pretty decent. I got a really good amount of iron, and we even got some diamonds. Our first diamonds. I was so excited. I got the diamonds, and I left, and luckily we made it home with all of them. Well, this has really been eventful. We have died a lot of times. Let's check out the number, actually. We have had 18 deaths. 18 deaths so far. It's been awful. 18 deaths. So, I think it's time to get a house. So, I've been collecting some resources off camera because all of my deaths have been so embarrassing. I've decided to build a bunker instead of the factory because I really don't have the resources to build the factory yet, and it's going to be a big build, and I still want it over in that direction, but I think that I'm going to build a bunker across the way over there, and that's where we're going to set up. And that's why I haven't collected any cows or anything yet. Post-apocalypse, you're going to want some crops and animals protected. So that's going to be in the bunker over there. And that's where we're really going to be able to set up some nice stuff. So, in this chest here, I've collected all of the resources that we're going to be building with. I just need to wait for a little bit more copper to smelt up. And I've pretty much run out of coal, like 17 times while I'm doing this. If you want to know for scale how much copper I've had to gather, this plus like a bit more for these stairs, and it's still not enough. So we had to make a lot of trips back and forth looking for some safe copper because I'm still not very good at not dying. We really need an enchanting table so we can get some better gear. That's gonna have to wait until we actually have a nice bunker set up. So I'm gonna wait for the rest of this to smelt, and then we're gonna go build over there. Well, guys, I've got some good news, and I've got some bad news. The good news is, we finally have a place to live that's not just out in the open. The bad news is that my replay mod recording didn't save. So I don't have the time lapse of me building this. And I also got a little bit carried away while I was building this. Let me just show you. There it is, our bunker, and I started to build a custom birch forest around it, and I made a bridge that crosses over. I am absolutely in love with this so far, and it's only going to get better from here. I've got some mushrooms on the roots of the trees. I have a nice path leading up. We've got some flowers. We have some firefly bush particles. I went and got some ferns and some dead bushes, and we're just really going to decorate, and we're going to continue to build up the forest around this place, but I absolutely love it. It's not going to stay quite this color. I am waiting for all the copper to oxidize to this level right here, but I absolutely love it, and I think it's going to be perfect. There's so many different levels, and we can put so much stuff. I went ahead and I got an enchantment table set up, and it goes all the way to level 30. And, you know, you get a little sneak peek of the balcony that overlooks this, like, little garage overhang. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do with it yet. It took forever to gather all this copper. Oh my gosh, but I love it. Go up here. There's plenty of space up here. You get this little outlook over here. This space, there wasn't really a lot to do, but I probably could just leave this all open, but it kind of made sense to have a roof, but there's not much space here, so I might just like close it up. I haven't decided yet. But you can go all the way onto the roof, and you get a nice view of everything. I love it so much. And it'll look so much better once all of the copper oxidizes. And for the inside on the first level, I have plans. They're not going to happen yet. I think a zombie broke this door down, by the way, which is very upsetting because copper doors are kind of expensive. But I'm going to dig it down a ways, and it's going to be like an actual bunker. So we'll have like farms underneath, you know, for animals, like a wool farm, maybe a steak farm, and we can farm for leather too. And maybe some villagers down here, but I think I have other plans for villagers. But I think I just want to make it like a really cool underground bunker. But that's going to take a little bit of time. We'll probably put our storage system down there too. But for right now, this is probably where I'm going to end the video. Oh, I don't want that there. But I'm absolutely loving what I was able to accomplish with the stone tools. I'm super, super happy with it. And why do fish keep dying? I'm not sure. I'm going to wait for the bridge to oxidize as well. I think it will look cool. We may even have the bridge be like kind of a gradient up, so maybe more of like the bluish green color in the water. But I definitely don't want it the bright copper color. I think I want it to be like the slightly weathered version. But overall, I'm super happy with what I've managed to do so far, especially given how rough the start of the episode was. I'm working on fixing a lot of the technical issues we had in this episode so that the next one can be even better. And I'm excited to keep playing in this world. I'm absolutely loving it, and I come up with new ideas for it every day. I can't wait until we have better tools and stuff so that we can, you know, bring to life everything that I have envisioned in my mind. But for now, that's probably going to do it for me. Actually, let's walk through it at night. You can see more of the firefly bush particles. I'm super happy with them. And then we'll call it a day. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time, where we're probably going to have a lot of frustrations again, because it's time to start working with some villagers. I'll see you in the next one.